Start streaming. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the F1WOW channel and the second event for F1WE. And today we are going against the team of FSC. And the owner of FSC just joined me today in the commentary box, and hopefully he can include his audio.
Hello.
And if so, yes, welcome, Luigi, Mercedes driver in F1 WL Tier 1. How are you?
Pretty fine. How about you?
I'm good. Now about to eat my burger and chips, so it continues. Groovy eating on stream. I can get the ketchup open.
Let me check if it's been setting for eyes.
Hopefully Nick's doing the checking. I don't know who is F1 Racing going for. Nick's favourite person obviously drives for FSC, doesn't he? Liam.
You shouldn't be here.
So everyone is, or the one person is currently just loaded up into the stream. It's probably you, isn't it, Mick? How are you?
So we're missing 3 people from our team.
And probably about 90 from F1WE.
How many are in for F1WE?
Got a feeling it's only going to be 9. It should be 10, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it should be 10. So
Yeah, we've got Lord Aspie isn't driving today. He's got some technical difficulties.
yeah, I've invited Russell.
Yeah, he's racing. So whilst we wait on the F1WE side, going to go to an advert.
Russell for F1WE and Paul, Street File, and no one else, I think. I should be 3.
We'll see everybody. We'll see you all in a minute. Enjoy yourselves. We'll probably still be on a lobby screen when we come back. If not, I'll see you on a loading screen for qualifying. Hello, everyone. Sorry if you had seen advert. Advert took a bit while. I came to come back. I was eating my burger. But how is everyone? Because I feel I should ask. And obviously the normal reply in the chat. Who's left? Are you here, Luigi? Have you? Oh, you haven't run away. Okay. So yeah, we'll talk to you. How is obviously you are co-commentating today? How is it going for yourself and your team in preparation for today? Luigi.
Who left?
That's a good question. I don't really know. This is the fun bit of the meeting. Sitting in the lobby.
So then, okay. Probably doing 99.
Right, Russell's just got in. Yeah, I'm not sure. Right, I've got a 9v8 right now. What's going on then, Luigi? Do you have any information for us?
Yeah, just one of our drivers coming right now, and we should be all good to start.
Ah, okay, so solid non-state. What did you eat today? What have you eaten today?
Just liquid food.
Sounds lovely.
Liquid food should be pasta, but due to the tooth extraction I had. Okay, so let me give.
I think you heard the story I explained in general for F1WOW earlier. Eat me free lunch. All courtesy of McDonald's. Boys, while the chat so dead, do you want to like say something? I'll take that as a no then.
What?
You're always, you lot are so active that one time I talked to you, silent.
Yeah, it's because I can do two things at the same time. That's the thing.
Are you streaming, by the way?
In 2 minutes.
Okay. We'll be going soon. Actually, no, we'll be going to a loading screen in a second.
Yeah.
So the green light is out finally for qualifying, or the 18 minutes of qualifying. How do you
I hope
think
it
it will
won't
go,
interfere.
Luigi? So, what'd you say, Luigi? Enabled off. No, that's not a full track map. There we go. Is everything alright on your end? It just says migrating host right now, constantly. It's just your luck. I don't know, it doesn't say you've left. Just keeps popping out of migrating host. There you go, invite everyone to game, there you go. No one out on track yet, so everyone just sitting in the pit box right now. Explains it. Hello, Mario. Thank you for just double checking. How are you, Mario? Yeah, I think my game's glitched. Because it says everyone's in the garage when Mario says he's on track. Yeah. Never invite. Okay, whilst we are glitched, I'm gonna quickly run another advert. I will see you all hopefully when we're no longer glitched in about 30 seconds time. Enjoy the advert. Hello again everyone. I believe we're still glitched. Ah, okay. Makes sense. Are you gonna host it? Okay. Right, I'll leave and set a new lobby up then. Hopefully I can invite people this time. Sorry about this, everyone. Yeah, I did that, and it would just get brought up like 5 of my friends. And then when I went onto their accounts, it wouldn't let me invite them. Okay, invite friends. Is this gonna bring them all up this time? Yes. There we go. Okay, so Jeansy, Joel, Paul, Big Massive Sam. Sleevey. I don't think I've got him as a friend. I'm just going through my offline friends right now. Now I'll go into the online section. I apologise for this, everyone. Is that isn't he? Sam. Okay. Right, so. Right, who are the people from, like, your team? So, can you put it in your announcements for your team to say, like, join off my account? Yeah. Luigi. That's my account if you want to get, see if they can just join off my account. Oh, he's already in. It's cool. Yeah, I need to do the settings. Track select. Silverstone. Right, for some reason Hungary. So the settings won't change all day for Jeddah. Actually, I'll just delete the track. Just keep Silverstone and then change it. Weekend structure. Short quality. Medium race. Simulation settings. Okay, I've got to invite the F1WOW lot. Reduced, hard, manual, on, like manual, on, off. Different time and day. Clear, realistic, perfect. Right, I think that's all of it. Size rules and flags. That's rules off, we want them on. Reduce formation up on. Okay. That should be lobby open. Lobby should be open. There we go, right. Who else needs an invite? Okay. I shall send an invite to DRS. the RS Russell. Fingers crossed. I didn't need to do that. Find someone. Add friend. Friend submit. Friend added. Invite to the game. Right. Yeah. Sleeve, he needs an invite, I think. No, he's in. Lewis. Horonsky in. There he's in. You're in, okay. Right. Jack. Send invite. I think my burger's probably cold now. Are you gonna spectate? Alright. You looking forward to when we finally get going? What, you started? Right, can everyone ready up then? We'll be waiting for one more person. Are you streaming, by the way? Okay. Have you included a party? Being able to like include, so I can include my audio. Have you included party chat though, like in the like, Twitch? Ah, okay, yeah, it's just not an option. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't got. Yeah, you are. I just can't include my audio for your stream. Yeah, that's just Microsoft being Microsoft. Once again, we should be going to qualifying very soon. Back on another loading screen. Yeah, still loading right now. Oh, that's an advantage to Echo. Bitrate, what's the bitrate looking? The debatably good. Oh, session, we started, okay. Welcome back to qualifying fun. Green light is once again on after we had to restart the lobby. Please someone go out on track so I can check if it's working. At least my track map's on. Oh, you've left. Do you want to ever invite? Yeah. Oh, people are going on track. I'm sure quickly check if I've put strict corner cutting on. So I think I might have done it again. Yeah, I've invited you. Oh, corner cutting's on strict. I haven't done it again. I'm gonna quickly answer. Well, I'll ask you as well. Yeah, I don't know if you've got the chat open for F1WE or for F1wow. But to answer your question, Cam, I think I would be prime Mike Tyson. I think I would give him a left-right good night, and I'd deck him. What do you think, Luigi? Could you beat prime Mike Tyson? Or do you think you would just get destroyed? You're out there, Luigi. Oh. Okay, technical difficulties once again, just myself right now. I shall invite Luigi back to a party whilst everyone's on outlaps. There we go. Right, okay. Right. Okay. Just ping me or don't DM me when you're back on. I even book. Because that's why I'm happy at Silverstone. I can usually book. Right. Give me a second, whilst I get the famous Grody book of Formula 1. I think I've got some track history on this book as well. Everyone, I recommend you get the Formula 1 Encyclopedia. It's a bit out of date now, but it's still very good. But here comes FSC Sam's down the back straight. That I will find the name of. Is it the Hanger Straight? I don't think that's the Hanger Straight. If it is the Hanger, I found it right. That is the Hanger Straight. If you come around the Hanger Straight, you know, into Vale. Lovely chicane. Make some nice moves in there, maybe during the race, and down into Club. That's the fastest lap so far. It's a 1:27.2. He's still not 100% fit for going into this race, but that's something he's going to have to worry about as Super Mario sets a lap. So 1:27.7, and Russell with 1:27.7 as well. And Jack and Joel in the 127s, 127.4 for Joel, and 127.5 for Jack. And there's Big Massive Sam fast enough, sub 127.0. So close to being sub 127s already. And that is FSC Sam's beaten by 2/10. He's now just gone around Luffield and just done Woodcut and down the whole pit straight and into Copse. Maybe we'll see a Lewis Hamilton Max Verstappen moment at Copse today. Hopefully not, but we might. As Joe comes around the Vale chicane and onto Club across the line. It's a good lap for himself. It's P2, the 127.222 in from P2. It's a whole lot of twos. GSR CJ Plant on a lap, and that is someone setting a lap, and that is Horonsky going P6 with a 127.701. The quickest of the 127.0 of the 127.7s, and that is Freak with a lap for 127.4. Who is on a lap? Who's the closest that I'm going to assume it is TJ. The only person on a lap right now. He's going to enter Maggots and Beckett's now. He's going to take it quite cleanly, some tight to the inside, and once again on hitting the apex and gets the run onto the hanger straight with a bit of rear end kick, and just drifting around the fight of that into. He drifts around Chapel down the hanger straight now. He has done Copse, the fast. No, he's not done. Yeah, he's done Copse. Sorry, I am waffling because I'm by myself. Luigi, are you here?
Yeah, I'm actually in the lobby. The avoid connection is I want stream from the FSC.
Okay. Can you include your audio? Oh, have you included your audio?
Anyway, hopefully this time I won't pitch out.
Is it? Yeah. Are you back in sorted?
Loading screen. Back in. Okay, I'm back in.
Cool. You say you are streaming, yeah?
I'm not.
You're not. Are you going to stream?
No. Just to minimize the connection use.
Fair enough.
But anyway, the stream can be found on the F1WE and the F1wow channel either way, so.
Yeah. With the GOAT commentators.
Yeah. Anyway.
David Grovey and Martin Sven.
Yeah.
Got a quick fact I can find in the book about Silverstone. Whatever you say, but I'm not taking no as an answer, so you can say no, I'm still going to tell you.
So far in the grid, we have Sam leading, followed by Jer, Sam, Basic, Frake, Joel, Unfound, Jack, CJ Pants, Romsky, Super Mario, Lewis, Russell, Cupcake Jack, Levy, Jinsey, and Sir with Face, most of which are setting laps. A few.
Yeah, Jeansy's going to be the first to set a lap from these outs lap lots, or these flyer lots, and he will just take a nice wide line through the exit of the Vale chicane, comes on to Club, and that's P11, 127.7. But my fact about Silverstone, it was obviously the first race of the first ever Formula 1 World Championship season. And it was won by an Alfa Romeo which meant, and in 1950, every race went on to be won by an Alfa Romeo. The Jeansy gang a cheeky little toe down the back road, and then he gets invalidated at Brooklands.
We had a big crash from Lewis, sector 3. Luckily, ghosting is on.
They're always, yeah, right in the centre of the track. And there goes Super Mario.
Luckily, that wasn't on dinner.
I was gonna say, was it a request of yourself to have ghosting on, or was that?
And just,
Oh no.
I was told by Mikkel to have ghosting on.
Yeah, Mick told me I was for ghosting. I wasn't sure if that was an FSC demand or an F1wow demand.
Probably Mikkel's demand.
Yeah.
Still goes fastest.
What a lap. 1.568 with obviously track evolution starting to slowly kick in.
Also to remind everyone, we'll be having a short qualifying session, which is the one we're doing right now, plus a 25% race at Silverstone, then reverse grid in Jeddah with a 25% race.
Just reverse grid?
Yeah, reverse grid depending on the current results we're getting here.
Okay. I haven't been told this.
Mikkel's set to put the tyres on the leaderboard.
There we go. There is the lap, there are all the tyres. So there's a bunch of softs for everyone, except unfound on the mediums. But we're just going to quickly do a bit of a sponsorship bit. If I can find my phone, I can do exactly what I can say what I was exactly meant to say.
Let me connect to the F1WoW stream meanwhile, so I can check the chat as well.
Was it in media or was it in staff? I'll check media. Was it in media? It was in staff. Was it in, it wasn't in staff, was it? Was it in F1WE media?
You know what, Sam goes fastest than Joel. 126.634, which is quite good. Then Joel followed by Sam's in third, Jack, Russell, Basic Freak, Super Mario, Unfound, CJ Pence, Romsky, Jinsey, Lewis, Sourface, Cupcake Jack, and Sleepy. The last two drivers not having not set a lap so far.
Oh right, that's fair. Oh yeah, we're both on outlaps. I've just turned the leaderboard off. Have I got? Is it me that's got the echo or you?
Probably me. It's something I can fix easily.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just wondering if it's me or you.
Well, we got Romsky, J, Sams, and Sam on flying laps. Romsky pitting. J, Sam to flying laps. Sam's going purple in sector 1. Oh, I see glitches and goes into the pit lane. Well, interesting.
Who was that?
Sam's. He was in sector 1 and then back into the pits.
Of course.
Well, I don't question it, but Sleepy started a lap.
Not to question the F1 2021 game.
Yeah. So that's Jer, who's about to conclude the lap. Sector 2, purple.
Right on board with him then.
From the final corner he goes and sets 26.865 puts him second. in the current provisional leaderboard. Also, my timer is glitched, I think. How many
Yeah,
minutes
as you
left?
rejoin the session, there's only 3 minutes 50 left.
Yeah, I would say so.
You able to reset your controller, mid-class?
Yeah.
Yes. Exotic now. Or sleevey, exotic. Exotic's lap. This is on the hanger straight, it'll enter. What's the name? Stowe, yeah. It'll enter Stowe. And come down the short straight, but you can get a good run if you get a good X out, so get a good run down into the entrance of the Vale chicane and send it if you're close enough. And it's attacking line, really throwing that car around the corners. The P11 by 127.5. Are you back? And then here is Cockpit Jack with a lap, and that is good enough for P15 128.2. Really serve faith and improve off his 128.5.
So I believe it's almost
P5.
1 minute remaining in the current qualifying session. So Face puts himself up to 5th place.
A good lap. Friendships.
Oh,
Russell retires.
I think in the pit lane. Yeah, probably not much
Doesn't
time
really
left.
improve.
Probably he thought there was not much time left to set laps.
Yeah, yeah, it's such a long pit lane, isn't it? You'd have to get it. Yeah, we wouldn't have had time to get in and back out again.
Joel is on lap as well as he cuts the entirety of Beckett and Beckett and crashes out into the barriers.
That's a big. See, Joel just crashed in Magnus and Beckett.
Yeah. Well, I guess he thought the same as Russell then.
He just pulled up the barricades then.
Looks like Sam and Jet won't go out for more laps. Sam's...
He should be quite safe up there.
Yeah. Sam's on a lap.
Three though on his lap. He's currently looking like he's 3 attempts up to the end of the Vale chicane. It's a nice line. If he keep it validated, he can. GR retires from P2, and that's basically freeing up to P4 now. Can FSC Sam's improve to get ahead of him? Oh, he dropped it. SBT Sam's drops it at Mates and Beckett's. He's not going to improve. Drops to P6. Saronsky puts it on P2. What
Not quite far from Sam there.
No. Unfound from others. He just started his lap. Or was that actually his lap?
I feel like he started the final one.
Right, he's just now on his lap. It was, I think it was like 3 seconds down on that previous lap. And he's running a bit wide at Stowe, but keeps it validated, and qualifying is now done.
That's the end.
Will Horonsky be able to go again? No, he's not. He's almost 10 seconds down. He's not going again. Where would Jack end up though? He's currently in sector 2. CJ.
We'll have some traffic ahead as someone dropped it ahead. And he dropped it as well at cops.
Who was that?
Jack.
He's
flying up.
Unfortunate for Jack. As CJ doesn't improve from P12 with a tow coming out. Basically freaking unfounded tow down the hanger straight. Very good tactics from the FSC boys.
Unfound sets apart was sector 2 as well, as he comes round the final few corners to complete the
That toe
final
must
lap.
have that toe must have helped.
For sure.
That's P2, 1:26.7.
Quite close between the top 6.
Alright, 3 tenths left, Brenton.
It's basically fake pit, so we're waiting for him to get into the garage, and we should get on with the race.
Fingers crossed.
Interesting grid.
Yeah, I'm found it's got it's a good lap. I'm found that. But it's 1, 2, 3 for your team.
Yeah,
You proud of them?
yeah, for sure. So that's the starting grid for the 25% race. We'll be looking at now. Sam and Found and Ronski take the top 3, followed by Joel, Basic Freak, Sam, Face, Jack, Russell and Super Mario, followed by CJ Pence, Levy, Jinsey, Lewis, Cupcake Jack, who ends in 16th place. And that's your starting grid for this 25% race. Good luck to everyone, and let's see what those drivers can do. May the best win, I would say.
Yeah, and the advantage of the 2 races is you will get this. You could have a shocking from one team and they claw it back in the next race. Okay, we're just gonna. I've got a just got a quick bit of sponsorship. Okay. So, I'm reading this from a script. Hey there, just a shout out, and maybe just mention the different products that we offer. Full custom gloves, boots, suits as well as wheels, as well as wheels to help you in your sim racing. Thanks loads. Follow a Bruisey Simwear on Instagram. You will find all their products there. That's ABRUZZI, I do believe. If I am not correct, then yeah, that is how you spell it. Should be going to a formation map. Here we are.
There we go
Underway
then.
on the formation map.
Looks like Super Mario and Cupcake Jack are starting on mediums, the rest of the grid is starting on softs. Strategy will look interesting as well, though it's 13 laps only, so 1 pit stop, 1 mandatory pit stop, and an eventual emergency pit stop in case there's damage. But we should be going as soon as the formation lap is over. Let me go through the starting grid for today's race while we wait. Sam lines up in first place, followed by Unfound in second and Ronsky in third. And we have Jer, so we said we face leaving the session, connection problems probably. Jer in fourth, Joel in fifth, Basic Freak in sixth, Sam's in seventh, so we face in eighth. We'll have to get another invite. Let me see if I can give him one.
Thank you. I was just eating chips. A bit cold now.
Yeah. Okay, so we face joined back. Then we have Jack in 9th and Russell in 10th. And Super Marine 11th, CJ Pants in 12th, Liv in 13th, GNC in 14th, Lewis in 15th, and Cupcake Jack in 16th. Good luck to everyone, and hopefully this will be a good first race. Then head to Jeddah for the final one.
It's a big gap though right now on the grid from the top 3, or on track, right in the top, from the top 3 to P4, and then P5 to P12 apparently is up there right now, but P12 into P6. By the way, the FSC livery is quite nice.
Yeah. Also the F1WE, I saw it in the F1WE versus IFR, if I'm not wrong. so pretty good.
Yeah, we haven't got for some reason we haven't actually got a real livery just yet. We've just got black and gold colour scheme. And whack it on any livery you like. Hopefully we'll have one very soon. But quickly, whilst we wait for everyone to join, actually no, I'll do it in a minute because I'll wait for the first safety car.
Yeah. So wait for everyone to
You
line
can't
up.
pretend like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I believe we'll see one
should be
today.
going to
Or more than one.
We are right. The camera angle was horrible. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's just lights out, and away we go. And it's a drive-through penalty for Server facing jumps to start. As already good contact, and that's the whole pack gone. And that's the top, the front leaders. That is unfound, falling in the way back. It's a little bit of a spin at turn 1, and SBT Sam's right now got up in the P4. The leaders have big massive Sam Horonsky in P2. Server face down at the back. Unfound after he got a spin, and Russell has Super Mario's got a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Russell, and he's got no front wing.
Wonder what happened.
No front wing either for Russell. There was a bit of lag off the start. I can't lie.
Yeah, phone dropped quite a lot. Wonder what happened between Super Mario and Russell at the start. We saw someone almost spun there at the start of the race.
But the carnage from the first lap starting to cool down now, as Horonsky is going to be under pressure from Joel very soon. And Jeansy will be sitting behind GRX. Here goes Exotic on Jack. So Sleevey takes the place, and Jack for P5. And Lewis gets ahead of Super Mario.
Missy makes the place on keep Jack. Yeah, I mean, so far so good, I would say.
Good. We have some people pitting now, though. Hopefully it says in the how long it takes for a pit stop.
Oh.
It's like 30 odd seconds, isn't it?
You see, Craig just spun it at turn 1. The exit for turn 1. Lewis spits in.
Oh, I've got no. Can you see the gaps, or is it just me?
No. I can see them either.
Yeah. If I change it, would it bring them up? No. Okay, right, you have to just sort of gauge from the minimap how close people are.
We'll have to wait for to update. Super Mario goes on hards.
Obviously going to go. You could go to the end on the mediums, though, couldn't he?
Looks like there's another glitch in the pit lane, but it will be solved soon.
Yeah, is it just jumping him onto the main straight? Super Mario
just retired.
Yeah.
They're stuck in the pit lane.
Russell is just stopped in the pit lane.
Yeah, now he's proceeding again. Like, so we face...
So bad.
We face... try to reconnect, and I think he glitched the pit lane probably.
I don't know, he is now retired from this race.
I honestly hope they're gonna fix those loads of glitches.
I doubt they will.
Next year's game. No, it's gonna go down.
It just won't be fixed for next. Hopefully, it'll just be fixed for next game.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna go down the amount of players to play it.
Exactly. Obviously, I know like EA didn't have anything to do with making the game, but I can swear from 2020 actually worked.
And complain about glitches there as well.
Yeah, but like, when they had a glitch, it was fixed within the first, within weeks of it occurring.
Yeah.
Considering we've had like the same glitch now for like a month. No, sorry. I joined F1wow over 4 months ago, I believe now, and in the second race there was still that pit lane glitch where they jumped in and out of the pit lane.
Yeah, remember there was one this year's game in the last 2 races in F1WE. So
yeah, it's just such a glitchy game. But whilst we talk about glitches, Russell is retired now. So whilst we talk about glitches, I believe it was Who was it made the, I can't remember who made the overtake now. I think it was GR on exotic.
Joel and
P5.
Basic got the first track limits penalties. Joel sets the fastest lap of the current race. Lap 4 out of 13.
Haronski's doing quite a good job here, sticking quite close, sticking with the DRS of the FSC Sam. Is that a tactical play from IFR? Not IFR. Sorry. FSC.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you,
quite a confusion between
Alan?
leagues.
I wasn't sure if you've told your drivers, give each other DRS in these situations.
Yeah, I didn't tell them anything, so they're running it out on their own in a party, I believe.
That makes sense. Quite clever play. But what it does mean though is it just brings Joel into it. DRS train.
Samsi is slowly approaching to the battle.
Good defense by the way from GR. We're just going onto the GR versus Sleepy battle. Just parked the car nicely in Stowe, and they go
And now
Hops.
beats Joel's fastest lap time. So it looks like the top 3 kept is still the one we saw at the start. Didn't change since then.
No, they're also lapping quite consistently with each other. So they're just pulling each other along because of this DRS train. It means that FSC Sam just falls out of the DRS, falls further and further away, and GR gets past by Sleevey. Now gets very racy through Luffield and Brooklands.
Rick also making the plays on Lewis. Last corner. Lewis
Lewis has overshot it. And basically has to back out of that one.
So far, the only drivers who got penalties are Basic Freck and Joel.
That's quite good to be honest. As Basic Freck and Lewis continuing to battle it out. As GR gets back past Sleevey down the hanger straight. Such a DRS straight, that one. What's
CJ Pants
on
on Jeansy.
and CJ?
Billy Pitts.
Nice looking switchback being looked for by Jeansy, and he makes it, but he can't get the move done. And CJ gets a great exit and pitting. That's exotic pitting, because he got front wing damage.
Yeah, probably from contact with G, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm not sure really what happened there. We don't completely watch the battle, so we're watching CJ and Jeansy going at it. Very close to each other. And the DRS enabled, and Unfound just lying in wait. Watching both move bits of his prey. Just fighting it out. Jeansy will defend the inside down the main, or down the back, down the old pit straight into Cops they go, and on the outside DJ made the look, and that's Jeansy gone there. Jeansy's gonna have to go across the escape road, and that invites Cockpit Jack into Mags and Beckett, and contact with Cockpit Jack and Jeansy from Mags and Beckett. Gets the car a bit wobbly for Jeansy and loses another place. Aronsky closing in, so close now. Just FSC Sam's pitting.
Yeah. Could be an
It's not a mandatory pit stop, is there?
Yeah, there's a mandatory pit stop.
Oh, there is, okay.
And lots of drivers haven't pit yet. Wonder what they will be deciding to do. Found makes the place past CJ ends.
Obviously maybe go for that undercut. Maybe Sam's.
Yeah, Jinsey also picked quite early.
Yeah, I think he had front wing damage. I'm not sure. SPC Sam will rejoin the track in P9. But back at the front, Horonsky. He was 2 tenths behind at one point, now 5 tenths if they go from Maggots and Beckett.
Also, Joel's gap increasing as well, slowly by it is. Looks like Sam is starting to go away from those two.
But then gets caught back down the main DRS straight. Yeah, you just get the DRS, you've gone. There's Carlos Lewis going a bit slowly as Lewis had a spin at turn 3.
Oh, Sam just get 5 seconds, as well as Romsky for
collision.
lighting in the pit lane. This is not the first time we
driving into the back of him, maybe.
As well as I'm found, I think they thought assets were wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, it seems like they're all going mediums.
Fair enough. It's going to be a good tyre to use. So everyone's now boxed. And how is SPT Sam going to come out of all of this? He comes round to the final corner now. How many places is he going to make? It's P6.
Also, Jogo.
It's P4. And where can Sleevey come out? Is he going to get P5? It's GR. It's just feinting from life on the outside contact, and there goes Sleevey round at the loop.
That will make him happy a lot.
That drops him down to P11.
Right, Cupcake Jack on softs. The only one who bid for softs was mediums earlier.
I take it that, yeah, he's obviously, yeah, fine, yeah. But
Talking about
the main
top 3 right now, Sam Ronsky colliding with each other. Sam Ronsky had quite a big battle in FSC as well, and it's quite interesting to see that happen again here.
It's got a good battle. Oh, what's happening there? Base Freak gets passed by Lewis, ghosting.
Looks like Louis retired.
SPT Sam's with the fastest lap. The dirty yellow through Maggots and Beckett. Personally, I'm looking forward to the new cars this season coming up.
Yeah.
We can follow cars through Maggots and Beckett and not lose so much time with the dirty air. But
there's a basic Freak heavy battling a lot.
Got past Lewis, and Lewis all over his gearbox through Vale.
Yeah. They've been battling a lot since, I don't know, lap 4.
Yeah, it's got a good battle here. Good defense from both drivers. And round the outside of turn 1, Lewis looks, he makes it, and I thought Freak had dropped it then with contact, but he hadn't, he kept it going in a straight line. As Horonsky, big massive Sam, staying so close, but they've dropped Joel from the pit stops, that's the most important thing. And Hopkid Jack, right on the back of Jeans, and Jeans get the free time penalty for multiple warnings. Jack, of course, very close to GER. And Hopkid Jack gonna make the move, there's contact, and that's Jeansy off into the wall.
Quite a bit crash.
Yeah, it just, I don't know what happened there. Maybe a bit, I don't know, it was just a big crash. What one you'd expect down the straight.
Yeah. Now he goes back into the pits, probably for softs, last 3 laps, and he gets 5 seconds for spinning in the pit lane. Lots of drivers getting those 5 seconds for spinning in the pit lane.
It's just 37-mile-an-hour pit lane, isn't it? You kind of don't expect that to get slowed down in time. Now
think
down
they
the
forgot.
outside. Oh, and that's a base rate. Lewis go round the outside at Vale chicane. They make contact, but he's waiting up. So these two, no, they're not going to get points. They are now just waiting up and battling with each other. They're enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
As Horonsky still only 5/10 off, and GR 5/10 off Spitty Sam's. But the top three with penalties right now.
Draw with 3 seconds.
Penalties 5. Yeah. So if SPC Sands puts his foot down a bit here, he could catch them.
Yeah. His gap is reducing quite a bit. Still 4 seconds. So
Yeah.
as we enter lap 11 out of 13 this Grand Prix.
Basic Freak and Lewis still battling away.
Jens is catching up to them.
I mean, Gene's got his 8 seconds homework, 8 seconds worth of penalties. As Horonsky needs 3/10 off Big Massive Sam here. And the DRS light flashing for Big Massive. The ERS light flashing for Big Massive Sam. It's just got enough. We've got enough speed to keep ahead down the straight. CJ gets a 3-second time penalty. And Lewis goes round the outside at Cops. Not Cops, sorry. Yeah, at Cops. What was it? Wasn't Cops at all, it was Stowe. Sorry. And that puts him ahead now. Once again. And Big Massive Sam only 3/10 up. But it's through Mags and Beckett's that all the time is lost.
And Lewis, what are they? Lewis
Big Massive Sam just lets Horonsky go now. No longer battling. And GR will get past SPT Sam's.
Horonsky sets the fastest lap as well. Penultimate lap. Good teamwork from Sam and Horonsky there.
It was great. They obviously realised they were losing time. Joel behind.
And Brown is close to CJ Pants.
Does this race set up the grid for Jeddah then?
Yeah, it's a reverse grid.
Okay. So is it P16 is P1 or is it P10 is P1?
P16 is P1, P15 P2, P14 P3 and
okay, I wasn't sure if it's like F2 style, if you know what I mean, just the top 10 traverse or the whole grid.
oh yeah, no.
As Unfound goes around the outside at Brooklands on his teammates. A beautiful and lovely move.
It depends. This reminds me of a bad move.
They didn't touch. I was really hoping I could say, and this time they do touch. But they didn't touch. Top kid Jack's there, and he's going to get away from them with the penalties applied. If he can stick with them, we'll be entering the final lap very soon. And Unfound's got ahead of his teammate, and Big Massive Sam with the fastest lap. As I've just noticed, has got back ahead of his teammate. Good scraps up and down the field today. We're now on the final lap. Basic Freak still battling with Lewis. Down the hanger straight they go. Bit of a late move from Basic, but he keeps it clean and holds position.
Yeah, this battle
So either way, Lewis will get the points.
This battle has been entertaining us for basically the whole race.
It has. But for the bit everyone's been looking forward to, the final few corners, the amazing groovy race end commentary can begin. As one for like we can't escape it, from F1WOW to an esports event, big massive Sam rounds final corner and will take the win for FSC, and Joel in P3 and GR will take P4, Jack in P5, SBT Sam's in P6. And it's so close right now, so they'll come to the line. It will be unfound. Did take P7 on the road, will fall to P9, but Copkid Jack in P7.
CJ Pence in P8.
By the way, Basic is retired.
Oh, I think he crashed out.
I'm not sure what's happened there. I'll quickly go to a lead to have a look. He's on the track, yeah. Oh no, his car's just despawned. I think he did retire manually.
He's just said, Lewis race ban, please.
Right, okay.
Think they had quite of a big collision then.
Yeah. But that is Silverstone done. And now to Jeddah. My least favourite track on the calendar. I absolutely detest it.
Yeah. I had 6 votes for Jeddah. FSC, and that was the most for this truck, apparently. So we went with it.
Yeah, I need to set the grid. In a minute when we can go back to the lobby. Is it just me that just loves the F1 theme? I think it's like one of the best bits of music ever composed. You agree with me there, Luigi? Or Gunty, is it just me?
I think what? Like the
F1 theme by Brian Tyler, one of the best bits of music ever composed.
Oh yeah, definitely. Don't know if wonder what the opening titles will be for the season.
Hopefully they'll be very nice and very exciting.
Predictions for the opening titles, I think they're gonna put a showcase of the 2022 car. Something special.
Yeah. Definitely.
Some people have made the unofficial ones. I wonder if F1 has ever thought of taking some unofficial opening titles and put them as the official ones.
Right, Jeddah. Weekend structure, no qualifying, grid editor. Okay, so anything needs to be move player down. Oh no, I forgot to keep pressing it. Let me just move big massive Sam to the back. And then it needs to be Haronsky.
You got the grid, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
makes sense to me. And there it needs to be Joel. And then ER. Yeah. No, not right. Yeah, Joel, Jack, SBT, Sam's, Kid Jack, TJ. Unfound. Lewis. Where is Jeansy? Jeansy then needs to go ahead of Lewis. Then Exotic. And then Russell. And Sir. Oh no, basically needs to go ahead of Exotic. Like that. Okay. And then the leader will be Super Mario. So, right, I think that is right. That is right. Confirm changes. Okay. Right. No changes to the weather or anything, I presume.
No? Didn't think so.
Okay, that should be everything then. It's just need to change the grid, then I.
All good?
I believe it is, yeah. I just got the grid out. So it should be Super Mario, Face, Russell, Exotic, then Basic. Oh god. Exotic. No. Then Basic. Then Jeansy, Lewis, Unfound, DJ. Yeah, that should be right.
You saved the changes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Was wondering already.
Okay, right, I'm just going to quickly do a bit more of the sponsorship. And I recommend everyone that you check out the project. I recommend you check out Project Dive Bomb. Obviously, you know how to spell that on Instagram. It's Project Dive Bomb. They are a newsletter, magazine, media coverage for series such as F1, F3, the GT series, and a lot more motorsport series. I recommend you check them out. They are a good read. Some of the articles they write, and they interview drivers as well. So if you can think of a driver, they might have interviewed them. But yeah, give them a search on Instagram as whilst you're there. Follow F1wow, follow F1WE, follow @RovyOfficial. And Luigi, if you want to plug your Instagram.
Yeah.
And FSCs.
Just FSC streams on Twitch and Formula Series Championship on YouTube.
Nice. And we will go to a formation lap.
Looks like Romsky and Sam will have quite some work to do. Plus Joel and Joe as he had the first contacts in the grid. Versus qualifications from the formation lap. Kit, Jack and Sam's both collided. So we have then Mario in leading the start of the race. Then of course provisional lead, but we'll see how it will end up. So with Days in second, Russell in third, Basic Freak in fourth, Slivy in fifth, Jinsey Boy in sixth, Lewis in seventh, Unfound in eighth, CJ Pants in ninth, Cupcake Jack in 10th, Sam's in 11th, Jack in 12th, G 13 in 13th, Joel in 14th, Ronsky in 15th, and Sam lines up in last place 16th. Quite, looks like 5 drivers going on mediums, the rest on softs. Medium softs may be the best rider.
Yeah, I think it is. You always want to finish on the faster tyre, in my opinion. Like, you don't win the race at turn 1, you win the race at checkered flag.
Well, this will surely be a race where the ice will be so powerful, and we may see some teamwork. So Lewis and CJ Pence both collide.
That's a lot of disqualifications, and
Yeah. None
that was
in
Lewis was
service.
disqualified, and CJ, but not Unfound.
I don't know. Ask the masters. They said they fixed Jeddah, the pit exit especially. I want to see if that's true now, or if they patched it.
Fair enough. We should have some lights very soon. We do. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the final race of the F1WE versus FSC. And it's a good start for Super Mario as he stays in P1. It's a great start for Russell. Gets up into P2, but Exotic will hold the line and will remain and get into P2. Did he have P2 off the start? Do you not know?
Looks like there was contact for Sowithates again. From being
I
dropped.
believe that's Unfound missing an end plate.
I think there was some contact already. Luckily, damage is reduced.
So again, Jeansy and Joel battling, and Joel will hold the position, and on the inside is Jeansy, but Jeansy will get passed down around the outside.
Yellow flag again.
Yellow flag like that.
That's basic freak. Also, then ghosting is on.
FSC Sam's is dropping back, he's had a spin.
So River's having quite a few spins today. Luckily, ghosting is on, especially on a track like this. Front wing parts flying on the track as Unfound lost his whole front wing. Wonder what happened to him. Actually, it's not even.
Gets swarmed. Has he got damage then? Does he have to box? He is gonna have to box then. He just went so deep. The big train at the back behind Joel then. That's big massive Sam's now P7 from the back of the grid. He likes starting at the back. Scary sight. And he's now P7.
Felt good. 5 seconds.
Jack. Unlucky for himself.
Yeah. Like I said, Super Mario holds the lead at the moment, followed by Slivy and Lewis. Jack and Joel behind. Yeah. We have the trainer there.
An F1 dominated top 5 though.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really powerful.
We're going to see some big trains. Close to the bow. Here is Haransky on the back of GER.
Got Kid Jack loses it and damages his end plate.
Big massive Sam opens to slither through. But CJ Pants managed to go straight down the inside of his teammate. No, not his teammate, sorry. Yeah, of his teammate at the final corner. DRS is now enabled. And someone's boxing, and that is Cockpit Jackson with the damage. And round the outside, looks CJ has to go off the track. He's made contact and he rejoins.
You're also struggling a bit.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 top runners behind. He's doing quite a good job to keep them behind.
Quite a bit of contact right now though between GR and CJ. Not CJ, sorry. Yeah, CJ. It's just getting quite racy. The DRS is open,
So
wide
going-
open.
What, Sam on Jack's outside, makes the move on him.
Big Mass Sam right on the back of Joel. How can Joel defend? Last to first, I'm predicting 6 laps right now for the Big Massive Sam. That's my current prediction.
Also, I'm calling a safety car. Last race we didn't get any.
But yeah, that surprised me. Russell is 3 seconds for corner cutting, and Joel has been passed by Big Massive Sam. That's turn 27. Oh, he wants the DRS, isn't he? I think Sophie gets past Super Mario, and they've both got the DRS. No, sorry, that's Lewis that gets past as well. And Joel gets back past Big Massive Sam. Can Jack get back ahead? No, he can't.
Libby and Lewis make contact.
Just have to wait there. It's GR right at the back of Peronsky. The lovely black and gold with the space on his halo instead of facing the box for a front wheel change, and a set of hard tyres going on in his sandboxes onto a set of softs. Lewis gets past with Super Mario down the inside. And Super Mario chase down Sleevey.
Sam and Joel having quite a good battle. Joel defending pretty good.
Oh, it's contact. Or was there contact or just dropping it? I don't know. But that will allow Big Massive Sam through either way. The DRS open. Right now. It was open, not open. No, DRS obviously wasn't open. DRS zone. I definitely saw a front wing open.
That wasn't DRS zone though. Yeah, left that again.
What's happened now?
So we
So
faced
Faith is
retires.
now retired. Safety car.
Oh well, I called it this time.
And Exotic has lost a place to Lewis before the safety car, after the safety car came out. So I'm not sure what's happened there.
But this is right time to come into the pits.
It's perfectly timed safety car for the top 3.
I think Super Mario and Levy make contact but no penalty.
GR speeds into the pit lane and gets the penalty. Who's going to lead though? Who
Double
will lead
stack.
Who will lead the safety car?
Double stack for Joel and someone else. Because with custom cars you can predict where the exact carriage is, where you be teammates with.
Game.
I think it's
He's back into the box, so he's setting a new set of tyres on.
I think the garage depends on the place you join in.
Right.
But I'm not sure.
I haven't got a clue. FBT Sands now leaving the pit lane. Unfound still in there. Maybe a front wing change. Unfound. But he's now 15th.
Their safety car restart will be chaotic.
But how the tables have turned at the top, from how it was quite dominated by F1wow, and it's now looking quite good. But FSC, do you know the current score?
In terms of what?
Of who's winning? Like it'll...
Well, I would say, not sure to be honest. I think the safety car restart will be chaotic, maybe, but that will decide the winner probably.
Fair enough. I do not have a
Oh!
clue what it is. I will ask.
Collision between Slivy and Lewis. I think
He
they...
got a penalty.
Yeah, I think Slivy Had to slam on the brakes. Or just was going too fast. Couldn't get the preview. Now Levy tries to slam himself onto Lewis. What is he doing?
He now has no front wing, and Lewis has another penalty.
Yeah.
And I have the score. So right now, it's 46-55. And that is in favour of FSC.
I think some drivers will have some talking to do in F1WE, as most of them are in F1WE.
Yeah, obviously Mick's just seen the Levy and Lewis incident.
Yeah.
I don't think he's overly happy about that.
And Levy now crashes into the safety car.
Oh dear, is that a penalty for getting the safety car?
No, I had a bad
didn't get a penalty for that.
experience in Canada. Yeah. The safety guy just looks like an entity. You can't touch it.
Yeah, it's solid, isn't it? Utter unit. But Exhausted's going to have to pit though for sure. He's got no front wing.
Oh. So just to say, is Levy, people didn't want Levy to race for FSC.
Yeah, because Sleevey is in F1WE, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's is he going to stay out to control the restart? Because it will hinder his. It will
Lots of
help his teammate if
penalties.
he does.
Lots of 5
everyone's
seconds.
backing up. It's so slow right now from Sleevey. What is the detail telemetry? He's doing it at 80 right now. And Lewis backing up as well. And Sleevey has gone. That has caught many people out, and he stays out though.
He's not pitting, and will race
That's
with
obviously
no
not
front
going to
wing.
help his teammate. He's going to help his teammate, sorry. But his teammate under pressure from Jack. Can Jack get ahead?
As he tries to
Jack
take
can
out
get ahead.
Lewis.
Lewis boxing in. Big massive Sam, and that allows Jack through, and Sleevey's gone. Where's Sleevey gone?
Levy retired. He
He's
tried to take out
retired.
Lewis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right now it's a 1-2.
Anyway.
Penalties, we've got to remember that won't stay that way.
Yeah. On skin Joel.
And Joel
Then.
down the inside. Big massive Sam and Jack scrapping. Very fine margins, and he takes the place, and he'll now hunt down Lewis. The time penalty for Russell 3 seconds.
We'll see some nice overtakes when the ice gets enabled as well.
Exactly.
Lewis and Sam meanwhile. Lewis managing to keep Sam behind. The same type of pumps at
Yes,
that age.
But now to toe, I doubt that will stay the same.
Joel
Horonsky
makes
getting
it
past Jack.
pass 2 people on the inside of last corner.
And they are 3 wide into turn 1, and it's going. They was backing out his GER, thinking better. No, sorry, Jack thinks better of that.
So side by side they are.
And Joel has got past FSC Sam, not Big Massive Sam, and he's holding GER up as Horonsky gets ahead.
Oh,
And Lewis
yeah.
made contact with Horonsky.
Yeah, make contact with the barrier. And that's a spin from Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Spins out. I think he'll be
Close
done
this
the
pack
curve.
is. I believe right now it will be a win for No, I don't actually know. I don't think it will be, to be honest. I'm not sure right now on the score. I believe it might be in favour of F1WE right now with the current positioning.
Yeah. However, we don't know until the last corner, because I believe we're seeing stumbles as there's a train right now.
And GR's
P4
going to go past
and
Horonsky.
P12.
He's going to try to.
So going at 3 seconds
Drag
for track
race.
limits.
Into turn 27. Round the outside. Oh, was it's around the outside from GR. That turn.
Yeah.
But look at the train. This is NASCAR style right now.
Pushed Ronsky quite a bit, but he hasn't lost that many places. Going on to turn 1. Sams makes the plays on him, but still tries to stay side by side. There's a yellow flag again, and he spins out, hits the curb. Ronsky spins out.
That's a shame for Horonsky. He did already have front wing damage. So yeah, there was already damage for Horonsky, so it's not looking great for himself this race. We only have 4 laps to go in this one.
Yeah. Looks like I'm founding Copy Jack are doing some great teamwork to catch on the pack ahead.
And
CJ Pence retires. Could that be another safety car?
Obviously it doesn't. I don't think it will be, because it would have been out by now, wouldn't it?
No, he retired on track.
And Horonsky and Russell side by side. Horonsky's a tier 2 driver right now, and has to go a bit wide, and Russell will maintain position. Jack on the back of Lewis. So Lewis, a very good drive for himself. And so you're obviously on lap 10 now. See Sam's getting close as well, but he's got Unfound for company. How do you feel this race has gone so far?
Both bits. Could this be a fastest attempt?
Yeah, I mean, Horonsky did have that front wing damage, and his contact, Sam's is off and into the wall, so he makes contact with Unfound, squeeze the wall a bit. Some hard racing all over the field today.
Unfound currently catched up, so teamwork. He had some great teamwork with his teammate behind, but he has to make places if he wants to get up there with Sam. There's a yellow flag for Super Mario. Yeah, it's
starting to fall apart now for F1WE. The final few laps to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be so powerful now for Unfound. And also
sitting there. 2 tenths the gap, and Jack's got the DRS from Lewis though. That's great. And round the outside of turn 27. Unfound looks at both to get DRS, both Lewis and contact. And that's Lewis into the wall, and it's Unfound as well, but he can reach the pit lane.
I think he won't be happy about that.
And Jack defense from the other Jack, and that's Unfound on Lewis on the inside, no front wing. He didn't make it to the pit lane.
Wonder what happened there.
Well, I don't know. Unfound was on the inside, Lewis was on the outside, and they sandwiched.
Yeah, Lewis will have to pit.
Or will he just carry on?
Up the track.
He can't carry on.
What is he doing?
He's
he waiting?
People go. Don't know actually. I guess he's trying to take the corners, isn't he, without getting penalties. He doesn't want more penalties.
Basic Rick quit the race for a while.
He did quite a good job. Shame how things end in F1. Such a cruel sport. But can Jack defend against the 2-time F1WOW champion, Jack? No, not that is the answer. With the DRS applied, he's got no chance of defending. Except he will get the DRS though for the main straight. GR the fastest lap. As he gets past big massive Sam on the main straight. And Copkid Jack will get past Jack down the main straight as well. The GR then takes P2. It's a 1-2 right now with only 2 laps to go in this one.
Looks like the socks.
It's a Noah's Ark situation right now. 2x2.
Looks like those socks are lasting quite a lot.
They are. They're going to last the end, aren't they?
Yellow flag again.
And Lewis and Unfound have met each other once again. And Unfound is retired.
I think they had contact. Ronskills retires.
Horonsky? When does Horonsky retire?
Don't know. I think he did on track. But what
yeah, he is on track. He's further up the field.
What I'm wondering about is the contact between Lewis and Unfound. He hasn't bit, so.
Did Lewis never pit from his front wing damage?
No. And Unfound made contact with him, and he got 5 seconds for it. Lewis.
I don't know what's going on then.
Well, this race will be investigated between both parts for sure.
That's fair enough. It's not been there. It's been cleaner than I thought though.
Though the first race was good, the second race though had some investigations to do for sure.
Yeah, the IFR event was not clean, I don't think, by any manner of words.
It's not over yet though for Cockpit Jack and Jack 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and Stan and G.
Scrap right now, and got such a powerful run. DRS applied, and you can just come to the light. They just come into the corner and just breezes past. And Big Massive Sam's so close. GR.
Gonna have Jazz soon.
9 points the gap. If it stays like this.
Oh, and Lewis retires now.
And I've got a feeling GR has played this well. He has to get the DRX for the back straight, and probably will stay behind before the detection zone. I believe, yes, he will. The detection zone, and he's gonna have to get such a powerful run now. Can he take P2 as Joel wins the final race of this event? And to the line, he's gonna get him.
Sam wins.
Oh.
Or penalties.
I didn't think about penalties.
Yeah. Cockpit Jack came third.
Jack will take P5. Jeansy will take P6. That's Sam's on P7.
Well, I didn't expect that.
Like, 1 minute, with this applied, so 9 points to the gap, 25, yeah. FSC, I do believe, if my calculations are correct, have won.
Well, was a fun race either way. Though, I do
believe that is the case.
The drivers will make some investigations now. I expect F1WE to be quite of a bit of a mess. The chat.
So Jack believes that, or thinking that it could be a win for F1WE. We'll find out very soon. So do not leave until points.
Well, that's the end then of quite a big event.
was a great little great 2 races.
Yeah.
I'm just currently waiting on the scores.
So we have then provisional results. Sam in first, Joel in second, Copy Jack in third, then G, Jack, Jinsey Boy, Sam's, Basic Freak, Russell, Lewis, Unfound, Romsky, Super Mario, CJ Pants, Slivy, and Seven Face. I guess that was the end of these.
I believe by the calculations, if these are the correct points, F1WE will take the win by 1 point.
Congrats then. You did good.
In the words of what's his name? But in the words of Sebastian Vettel's race engineer, just you wait, sunshine. Oh, I'm not in the mood to do maths. Yep. Oh no, not by 1 point, by 6 points. 105 to 99 in favour of F1WE. So, on the, like I said for the F1, like I said for IFR, so on the FSC side, FSC side of the pit wall.
Yeah.
On that bombshell, it is time to end.
Thank you everyone for watching. I'd say. I guess
enjoy the celebrations.
Yeah, we'll see you all on Saturday. I guess
we will. We will.
Actually, Friday.
Right. Oh yeah, for F2 with Sober Face commentary. But from our side of things and your side of things, good GG, amazing event.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And thank you for joining me in the commentary box.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Great time.
Yeah, congrats for the win. Don't know if it will be provisional or not, but in any case, that was a good race to commentate. And yeah, I guess we'll see you all on Friday for F2, Saturday with F1, T1, and Sunday with T2.
Thank you everyone. Good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching. Enjoy whatever is left of your day.
Yeah.